Hey everybody, once again, this is Jeffrey Daniel. This time coming to you from Irvine, California. I'm back in the USA. Actually, I had to come for the memorial of my dear brother and mentor, Chuck Johnson, and that's what brought me back. And so I'm spending time with my family, my beautiful children and grandchildren and my family. And, I'm spending time with the Johnson family. And I had time to catch up with some of my old Soul Train alumni from the 70s, the 80s, the 90s, into the 2000s. It's such a beautiful experience to see all of your faces, just to see you all again, to spend time with you. Of course, it was for a memorable occasion, but we went there to celebrate the life of our brother Chuck Johnson and the wonderful effects that he had on our lives and the opportunities that he afforded us during his time here. But what I would like to talk about is I'm here watching the news on TV, and I warned about this a couple of years ago in some of my posts, my earlier posts. I said to beware of a second civil war that could be brewing in America. I told you all that President Trump is solipsistic. Former President Donald J. Trump is solipsistic. Now, once again, I want to remind you all, I am not a political party uh, gangbanger. I don't bang on political parties. So I'm not against the Republicans. I'm not against the Democrats. I don't even have a dog in that race. All I'm telling you guys is what's about to happen in America. I even gave you guys the example of what happened to Adolf Hitler when he was jailed. They were almost going to execute him, but they put him in jail. And when they released him from jail, they thought that he would tuck his tail between his leg and run back off to Austria. But instead, he formed the Brown Shirt Party and later the Nazi Party. And the rest is his story. He came back with a vengeance. This is what's about to happen to Donald J. Trump. He's supposed to go on some type of a trial this coming Tuesday. Today is the 19th of February, by the way. Sorry, I forgot to say that. Today is the 19th, the 19th of March. Today is the 19th of March, 2023, according to the Gregorian calendar. And Trump is about to go to some indictment. He may be indicted. He's already warning his supporters and followers to go out and protest. This is not a government policy issue. It's about him. He wants them to protest in case he gets indicted for the crimes that he committed. He wants people to go out there and protest on behalf of him. The same thing that happened when he lost the election. He wanted everybody to go to the Capitol building and to the Senate building and do an insurrection on behalf of him. It's not about the country. It's about him. If I were to incite this type of insurrectionist and seditious jargon to the public, I would be arrested. I don't know why they didn't put this man away. Why is it taking over 2 years to prove that he is culpable for the insurrection when he's on camera, on film, in front of everyone saying, go down to the Capitol building and I will be with you, except he didn't join them. He's the one who even organized for the people to meet there on January 6th at the nation's capital. If not for him, none of them would not have been there. Now they're trying to rewrite the script to say, oh, they were just tourists. They were just, come on, you guys, stop it. You can't tell us that what we saw didn't happen. And this is what the Republicans, the radical Republicans, as I told you guys before, not all Republicans are aboard that ship. So I'm not blaming this on all Republicans if you happen to be a Republican. But those Trumpsters and those radical Republicans, they're trying to rewrite the narrative of what happened. And they're taking excerpts and from from the film and say, see, look, there are two people there in the hallway. They're just looking at a pamphlet, totally omitting how they even got in the building by smashing in the windows and smashing down the doors and going past the Capitol policemen. That's trespassing at the highest level, trespassing at the nation's capital. And they're trying to prove if it's a crime or not. Come on, stop that. So anyway, I'm just warning you all beforehand. I'm putting myself out there because I'm not trying to predict this, but I can see what's happening. My perspicacity and my prescience is showing me how things are culminating in that direction, that they're trying to incite a second civil war because they don't like they're trying to tear down the democratic fabric of America so that they can own and continue to hold their place of privilege. This is what this is all about, you guys. So you guys watch and see what's going to happen. I don't know what's going to happen. I'm not trying to predict exactly what's going to happen. We don't know how it's going to go down. Hopefully, it's just more of Trump's hyperbole, and it won't be as detrimental as he's trying to make it be. Hopefully, hopefully. If so, then I'll be just as glad as you. He's trying to push this whole country into a civil war on behalf of him saving his own ass. That's what's happening in a nutshell. If you believe him, if you follow him, if you don't, whatever, you guys, that's what's happening. And I know the truth gets us canceled. We're not supposed to tell the truth. We're not supposed to be, forthcoming and honest about things because the people who are on the other side of it claim that they're being victimized. Stop it, you guys. The truth will set you free. Sometimes the uncomfortable truth, sometimes tough love will set your ass free. And that's what we need right now because this place is about to go down in cinders. Watch what happens Tuesday. I'm not trying to predict exactly what's going to happen, but Trump is telling his people to go out there and protest on his behalf, not because of his government policy, not because of how he would like to be America, because he wants to save his own orange ass. That's what's going down. Now, let me get off of Trump, you guys. Like I told you guys, I am not a political party gangbanger, so I'm not banging on you Republicans. I'm not even banging on Trump. I'm just being honest and telling you guys what's happening in case you all are too blind to see it. The next thing I would like to talk about is, I know everyone has their take on it and their sentiments, but sometimes we have to put sentiments aside and we have to call a spade a spade. I've always contended that what's happening between Russia and Ukraine is a family feud. If you look back at history and see that Ukraine used to be a part of the USSR, in fact, that's why a big portion of Ukraine speaks Russian. They all have Russian names, but I'm not saying this to justify what Putin's doing. All I'm saying is that war, I don't even call it a war, that genocide never should have been initiated, and it shouldn't be happening. When Putin first put his troops at the border of Ukraine, when he heard that Ukraine wanted to join NATO, after the Minsk agreement established Putin's stance on it, saying that those countries joining NATO would be a red line issue and would warrant a military response. This has been said back in 2016. It's been told back in another Minsk agreement. It was like the second Minsk agreement. So they knew not to do that. So when he put his troops at the borderline, instead of finding a way to de-escalate the situation, instead of finding a way to calm the thing down, President Biden and these other Western leaders just started barking threats at Putin. If you go into Ukraine, you're going to suffer this and that, and you're going to regret it because we're going to do this and that. And he went to Ukraine, and what did they do? They all stood back. Oh, we can't get involved because that'll be World War III. That'll be a direct, attack against Russia. But then why were you guys barking all this hubris and hyperbole and all these threats if you knew that you couldn't do anything? Now all these Ukrainian people lost their life. All these Russian soldiers lost their life. The whole damn Ukraine landscape is being obliterated. And you knew that Putin is a megalomaniac. The guy used to be a director of the KGB. That guy is not to be toyed with. So if you know you got a mean barking dog on the other side of the fence, you don't kick the fence and provoke that dog. You find a way to just walk past and mind your business and leave that dog as he is, because he's always going to be that mean dog, So what's going on in Ukraine, I blame the Western world. I blame Biden and them for not trying to de-escalate it. And now they're saying, oh, well, if he talks this. So did you guys see what's happening now? Putin just went and had a meeting with China. This is the next thing I'm going to warn you guys about, the shift. We are watching and witnessing the end of the West dominance on the planet. Every empire has ran its course and fallen. I saw it for the first time on CNN last night. They put the caption on, is this the end of the American empire? They're finally saying it. I said this first over 2 years ago, that we're watching the end of Western dominance on our world. The American dollar isn't worth what it was on the international market anymore. 70% of $100 bills printed are outside of America. Look at the bank that just crashed in Silicon Valley, and other banks are following. We don't know what's going to happen, you guys. This whole thing is starting to fall apart. Watch what's going on, you guys. Get your asses out of these damn award shows and red carpets with naked people and trying to see who's wearing what and who's buying the most expensive car and who's spending the most money around their neck and stuff. Stop that stupidity. There are bigger things that are happening in the world that's going to affect you and future generations. You guys need to start paying attention to what's going on, what's really going on. Here I am trying to be the voice of reason, and I could barely get 1,000 followers. And I'm telling you guys what's going to happen for your own good and for your own future. You guys are too busy looking at half-naked people and the Oscar slap and who said this and who said that. You guys are all stuck in foolishness. And that's why they're getting away with what they're getting away with, because you guys are not paying attention to what's going on. And I'm sorry I'm spitting at you guys like this, because it's coming up Tuesday. Today is Sunday. I'm taking a walk here. I have not been in America in 6 years. So it's my first time back in a while. And I'm watching the news, and I just had to come out and voice my thoughts on what's going on. Watch what happens Tuesday when Trump goes to this trial. We don't know what's going to happen, but he's telling his supporters to come out and protest. The last time he did that, there was an insurrection at the nation's capital, and people died. Property was destroyed, and people have been put in prison for participating in that. So, let's see what's going to happen, you guys. I wish the best for everybody. I don't care if you're a Republican, if you're a Democrat, if you're non-political, whatever. I care about human lives. I care about our future. I care about all of us. Let's see what happens, you guys. Watch what's going to happen. Putin and China are now partnering. They want to be the next leader of the world. America is losing the spot as the leader of the free world, as the beacon of democracy, or whatever, all these other things, fancy things they call themselves. Watch what's going to happen, you guys, because China and Russia, they have nuclear arsenals. They have huge armies, and they're like, well, wait a minute. If America could do it, we can do it too. Watch what's happening, you guys. Keep your eye on the ball. Keep your eye on the ball, okay? I'm gonna get out of here. And it's just an impromptu thing. I'm walking in the park right now, and I just decided to just unload my thoughts for you guys, to give you some food for thought. I'm trying to finesse your cognitive facilities. I'm trying to be the voice of reason. I'm trying to talk about the things that matter, and this definitely matters. Tuesday, President Trump, his trial, this new union locked up between Putin and the Z, whatever his name, the Chinese president, with their two nations trying to topple the West. Keep your eyes on the ball, you guys. Keep your eyes on the ball. Here they are trying to take black history out of the schools, calling it critical race theory. The history of my ancestors is a theory? Like it didn't happen, like we didn't build this country, like we weren't enslaved, like we didn't endure Jim Crow, and we didn't endure all these unequal practices in our society about getting loans from bank and moving in certain neighborhoods and getting certain jobs. And you guys want to try to play it off like none of this happened because you don't want the future generations to learn from it? You know what? Okay, let me shift my gear right now, because I've been bitching. I'm sorry, you guys. I'm sorry, but this is what's happening. Okay, let me shift gears right now. I hope you all are doing fine. I hope you're taking care of your loved ones. Remember, depression is real. So keep your eye on people because we're losing people from depression, suicides, apart from the sickness. That lockdown that we endured, that they imposed upon us, it threw everything off. Things are not even recovering. The airline system, the airline industry, hospitality industry, restaurants, hotels, all kind of businesses have been totally thrown off balance because of that lockdown. And we still haven't gotten our equilibrium back yet from that. It was a big mistake. They never should have locked the whole thing down like that. They never should have done that. But anyway, that's what they done. So anyway, you guys take care of yourselves. I love you all. Remember, I'm trying to spread the love. I'm trying to make love great again. And I'm trying to take us back to the world. Because if we don't go back to the world and stay in the course that they got us on, all this stuff is going to be gone. They're going to blow each other up. They're going to blow us all up. They're destroying everything. They're destroying everything. And why? Just to be the leader, to stay in the seat of power, to have control over everything. That's why they want to put us in the metaverse. That's why they want to take all of our data. That's why Elon Musk owns a company called Neuralink that's supposed to link the human brain with a chip. You guys, pay attention to what's going on. Bill Gates has bought up all the farmland in America. He is the single most owner of the most farmland in America because he wants to produce GMO, genetically modified organisms in our food. To what avail? Pay attention to what's going on. Okay, I love you guys. I love you very much. And hopefully next time I won't be barking at you like this. But I have to bark because I got to wake us up. You got to pay attention to what's going on, okay? I love you all. This is Jeffrey Daniel coming from Irvine, California. I'm back home. It's not so sunny, and we've had some heavy rain. See, even in California, we've had unprecedented rainfall and floods going all up and down in Northern California. This is unprecedented. Tony said, it never rains in Southern California. And we got to go and sue them now because, boy, we've been getting so much rain. It's been crazy. But anyway, sorry, Tony. We love you guys. You know that. I'm just joking. But anyway, you guys, come on. Pay attention to what's going on. Let's see what happens on the other side of Tuesday. I'll talk to you again after that because we don't know what's going to happen. I pray that the worst does not happen because he's got some very fanatic followers who are willing to do God knows what on behalf of him. Not on behalf of the country. Not on behalf of the flag or patriotism, on behalf of Trump. Whoa. Take care, you guys. I love you all. See ya.